significant, or you have a doubt, or what you want to clarify, please come and do it fast. Whoever has got something to clarify, or some awareness that you got, or insight that you got, or something significant that you want to share.
May I?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, regarding clarification, I request you to please take up. Yeah, ma'am, can you hear me?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I request you to take up scripts, ma'am, just in short. I mean, time permitting.
Ma'am, it's not audible. It's
Sorry, ma'am, could you please tune your...
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my video is unmuted.
Now I am audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Script is what? Script means story.
She's saying
So what, according to transactional analysis, is all of us have our own stories. And that story is what we live, even in adult life, unconsciously, sometimes consciously. So that story is, built right from the day we are born, through our experiences, then through our cognitive maturity, and also through the parental influence or significant influence in the context in which we all grew up. Okay? So sometimes there are positive experiences which encouraged us, which gave us a lot of acceptance, love. There have also been, negative experiences and messages which sometimes pulled us down, and sometimes we were not so much encouraged. So as a little child, we take this psychological position of self at a very early age, by the age of 2. And after that, the child grows up, and when it has got mobility and language, it starts, making sense of everything around, asking questions, making conclusions on its own. And thereby, by the age of 6, it decides, this is how I am going to live. And that is the story. And after that, all of us start living out our story, and by way of our coping strategies, which are called drivers. Drivers are our coping strategies. Some of us feel good only when I am perfect. Some of us feel good only when I'm rushing, because that is the powerful message. Because these have been stroked. Whatever is stroked is sustained. Some of us also, when our stress level is very high, we also go back to our life position. I'm no good, or nobody is understanding me, I'm not lovable. Or others will say, everybody is wrong, I'm the right. Why can't they understand me? They blame us. And sometimes they say, who cares, yaar? I'll do what I want to do. This is what is called injunctions and permissions. Is that clear to you, Sonia, now?
Yes, ma'am.
In a nutshell.
ma'am, this ambition will include this in the script ambitions.
Ambitions, of course. That is why some people are, I will take life as a challenge. That would be the script decision as a little child, because the little child doesn't know all the details. The little child's decision is a very generalized meta decision. Hi, Naima.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, so where is Sonia gone? She has disappeared.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No. I got it, ma'am. I just
Yeah.
unmute for the bandwidth. Yesterday I had a lot
Okay.
of problem with that.
Okay. So, any other questions?
No, ma'am. This is okay. This is good for me. Yes.
Yeah. So, all of us, there are
Thank
three main components to the script. One is our, sort of feeling and experience. The other is all the messages that we got in our context, culturally, socially, economically, and religiously. See, when you are in a very affluent in an economic situation, you would have had a lot of message, everything is available. So all these have got influence. And also the way parents lived and showed how to live our lives is also the most very important component of our personality. Right? So that is why they say children learn what they live. Children don't learn what they are told, but children learn what they live. If your parents have been truthful, it is very difficult for you to deviate from truth. If your parents have been systematic, you are some or the other systematic. If your parents have been totally only on doing and marks, you also unconsciously, you would have said as a little child, I won't do this to my children. But unconsciously, you also go there. Am I making sense to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Yes,
give me more yeses.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Totally.
Pardon me?
Totally understood. Fantastic.
Okay, very good. So yesterday, Raghu covered the, sort of coping strategies, which are called drivers. All of us have got our, primary coping strategy. And there are other things. Everything is there. Everybody will have some tinge of all drivers. But there is a primary driver. That is what has been encouraged as a little child. So automatically we stay there. And when our stress level is too high, that is when we hit our injunctions or permissions. So what are the injunctions? That is what we are going to look at today. There are many injunctions which people would have got. But, one of the theories called Robert Goulding and Mary Goulding, they put these injunctions into 12 meta injunctions. So that is what we are going to look at. What are they? And you will have shades of that. You will have something which is very strong, something which is not strong. But please remember, injunctions have no verbal component. Injunctions are experienced in our body. That is where, sometimes palpitation, sometimes bursting, sometimes anxiety, sleeplessness, all these are manifestations of injunctions. Shakila, Malayalamil enna parayano?
വേണ്ട മാം മനസ്സിലായി.
മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ? ഷക്കീലന്റെ English, I must say everybody's English is so good because Mohammed was wondering whether they all need. I'm so happy to hear everybody's English. Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay,
ma'am.
Raghu.
Thank you, ma'am.
Raghu, can I have the slide? Injunctions.
Ma'am, excuse me, just now you said injections are
Not injection. Injection is what doctor gives.
Okay.
Injunctions.
Okay, sorry. Injections are experienced within the body and does not have verbal.
No, it does not have verbal. It has been the earliest experience of a child till the age of 12.
Till the age of 12.
Yeah, 2. Till the age of 2, sorry. Till the age of 2. So, these are the 12 injunctions But as I told you, there are many more injunctions. These have been categorized into 12 by, Robert and Mary Goulding. But you see, there are shades of all this also. So the first injunction is don't belong. How do you feel that as an adult, when you have got this injunction, don't belong, whenever you go to a strange place, it is very difficult for you to sort of include yourself. Sometimes it is very difficult to you to make yourself, to take the initiative to know a stranger. And this is what in common parlance called introvert. These people are shy and they don't come forward because they have this injunction, don't belong. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then goes, don't be a child. This is usually when, a lot of siblings are born and you did not get enough attention. For example, this is usually seen in children where, the age gap is very, very little between the two children. So this child was neglected and that child got more this thing. And the child didn't know, why am I neglected? Child's experience is, mommy doesn't look at me now. Or child is hungry and that food was not given on time. So the child thinks, okay, I have to keep quiet or I have to cry. And therefore, even today, you are too much into responsibilities. Whether you like it or not, you are burdened by responsibilities. And you have a message to be an adult, even when you were not ready. Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So any questions there? Have you seen people? Yeah.
Ma'am, may I interrupt? Ma'am, could you
Yes,
repeat
please.
could you repeat both the points again in brief? Very briefly. Sorry for that.
So I said, don't belong people have difficulty in including themselves in strange situations. They feel very, sort of diffident. They won't take the initiative. And they feel, I don't know anybody because I'm feeling anxious. There'll be anxiety in their body. So that is called don't belong. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be a child is when you take more responsibility than what is needed and you don't take care of yourself much and you take the responsibility of being the leader, whether you like it or not, it is imposed on you and you behave like it and you cannot enjoy as a child in adult life. So just think about it. Am I taking too much? And then there is a message that don't be a child. Because children have to play and to do things which they want. And that is when free child. Free child is very low when you have this injunction, don't be a child. Is that clear, Sonia?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There is a doubt. May I ask, Sarvanti, a doubt?
Yes. Don't call me Saru, Auntie, Saru.
Oh, thank you, Saru.
Yeah. So, ma'am, I don't mind because culturally we have a respect for elders. I don't want to say don't because
Yeah,
Westerners only.
I'll call ma'am.
Okay.
This is generally seen for older kids in a family, na? Elder
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. Elders, you're very right. Because a lot of siblings were there. His needs were not taken. And he was even, sometimes he had to take care of the little child. So these are all, don't be a child.
Then could it be the other way also? Like they either become responsible or become less responsible, or would it be like both ways, the response?
No, it is basically, they find it very difficult to enjoy. because that sense of, you have enough money, but you don't like to spend it because you are scared. So that is a responsibility which really don't have to take more than what is needed. According to the time, money you have, you can spend, but there is no permission for you to spend. All these are manifestations of don't be a child.
So would there be a parent contamination or?
Yeah, both could. No. Usually, injunctions are child contamination.
Okay.
And the parent would have reinforced it. Okay?
Okay.
Because they are experiential, no? Then comes don't exist. These are children who have got, thinking, what is why do I even live here? Nothing works for me. Because there could be many experience of the parents not accepting the child. Or sometimes that was not the child, it was an accidental child. Or the parents even try to terminate the child. So when they grow up, they always have a sense of, why am I living in this world? Sometimes there are tendencies of suicide, thoughts of suicide, and people in extreme cases, these are the people who commit suicide. You see, there was once a film star, I don't know him much, who recently committed suicide. There was a huge hue and cry about that, no? Who was that? Rajput.
Sushant, yes.
Yeah, so you don't know. These are all reasons. We don't even, there is no cognitive reason for it. But if he had got help at the right time, some therapy or something, he would have had, permission to live. So that is where don't exist. These people, sometimes they even become sickly all the time. A lot of psychosomatic illness. A lot. You can't say, oh, my tummy doesn't work, my tummy. Have you all seen the movie Piku by Amitabh Bachchan?
Bachchan. Yes.
Yeah. So all these are don't exist messages manifested in adult life. Then don't be you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if I may say something about, I also don't know him, Sushant Singh Rajput.
Yeah.
But what we have read and known all along, he has got quite a couple of sisters, and he is the only son.
Yeah.
So, in spite of that, and in our society, Indian society, how can it be like, don't exist?
I don't know all the details, no. So who am I to tell you this is what it is? Because if somebody commits suicide, there is usually some, survival anxiety. How do I know what they said in his family? How do I know whether my mother was anxious when she was pregnant, whether this will also be a girl? This will also be
yes.
Yeah. So we can't make judgments because every human being is a unique entity. That is why all generalizations are contaminations. Okay? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then don't be you. This is usually for children. I told you my story. I was the fourth girl. So my mother was very much looking for a girl. Okay. And so I was, boy. So I was born as a girl. So, unconsciously I have a lot of permission to be a boy. See, those days girls were not, didn't go to especially Muslim families, and that to certain level of Muslim families, didn't go to university. So I was allowed. I was encouraged. I used to act. I used to, take part. So don't be you is there slightly. I can rise up to, and my mother would say, I will trust her to any part of the world, but not my younger sister or my elder sister. I don't know what it is. So there is a permission for me to be a boy. So, and sometimes you will also see parents who were anxious to have a boy and a girl was born, and they dress up that child as a little child as a boy. Have you all seen that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So all Malayalis, have you seen that movie Chandu Pottu?
Yes.
Yes.
That is what don't be you.
Yes.
Okay. So she was dressed up as a girl and she behaved like a girl. So when she impregnated somebody, that is when everybody was so, what would I say, surprised and astonished. Okay. So is that okay? Shall I move
Yes,
on?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So I told you there is no verbal component. These are basically experiential. Then don't succeed. You see, these children, they try very much. They try very much, and somewhere they have not been encouraged. As a little child, maybe again, whenever, sort of they did something, or when their wants were there, it was not fully encouraged, or they were not appreciated. So that is where, you sort of, you do everything. You work well, your IQ is high, but just before going for the exam, you have a bad stomach and you don't go for it. Similarly, when you are going for a interview, although your anxiety is so much that you will fumble and sort of some or the other make a mess. So that is what is called don't succeed. Shall I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next one is don't be important.
I had a
Yeah.
question, ma'am.
Sure.
They say that there is something called fear of failure and fear of success.
Fear of
We can say
failure. Yeah, that's it. But where is that fear coming? There's no need to fear. You're prepared well. You are a very intelligent person. But somehow the fear overtakes all of that. Very
sort of
good.
self.
Yeah,
self-sabotage.
self-sabotage. Very good. Good question. Okay.
Thank you.
Then comes don't be important. These are usually for children who are, there are nobody are bothered about you. Nobody bothered about you. Or the mother was somewhere, or even loss of a parent at a very early age, and this child's needs are not met at all. So as the child grows up, the child will say, I don't know. Whatever, sort of he must be very talented, but he will not come forward because he has got a diffidence. It cannot be explained. Yeah. So what you see is, there are certain children who don't answer questions. There are certain children who will never come forward, and they are sort of very scared to even show themselves. You see, some children, when the visitors come, they won't come out of the room. These are all because some or the other there is a experience of not having recognized. So only when you go deeper into that, we'll understand what could have been the experience. Sometimes adults don't even, pardon me?
Sorry, does it lead to a kind of social exclusion or?
Yes.
being afraid and
Sometimes adults don't even remember the experience. because
In
it
the
would
sense?
have happened at a very early time.
Yes.
And that is what we call, the earlier the experience, the painful experience, the more impactful it is.
Yeah.
The reason is there is no cognition at all. They are all etched or formed in the limbic brain, which is called the emotional brain.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
shall I move on?
Please,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Please,
ma'am.
ma'am. Please.
Yeah. So next one is don't be well. That means you got a lot of attention when you were sick. Sometimes I was told, I don't know to what extent, there was a very interesting article, Jews and sort of Muslim men, when their circumcision is done at a very early age, and that trauma would have sometimes lead to this sort of a anxiety to be close. No, which one are we looking at now? Don't be close, is it? Oh, I didn't go to don't be close. I went to don't be well. So there may be some experience as a little child when he got lot of encouragement and attention when that child was sick. So even today, when his needs are not met, the best way is to become sick. So, that is where you see when parents are leaving, suddenly the child will have a fever. Or, when suddenly the mother-in-law will become, when the son gets married and the bride comes home and the first day and all that, the mother-in-law suddenly has got a pain and all that. So that is where don't be close is, sort of manifested in adult life.
Is that don't be close or don't be well?
No, don't be well is, psychosomatic illnesses.
Oh, okay.
Don't be
Sorry.
close is also when, you meet somebody, you have a certain anxiety. You don't even make any physical touch. You won't, you won't sort of hug. When you hug some people, they shrink away. They shrink away. And that is because they have this injunction, don't be close. The reason could be
Those who are victims of childhood sexual abuse and all, they can be.
that can also be there. That is too much of a trauma. But people who have not been hugged and handled and cuddled and all that as little children, they also could have this don't be close. Am I making sense?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, so then that is enough. Then don't think. This is when, all your needs have been.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
don't be well is there. Don't be well.
I told you, no, don't be well is you got a lot of attention when you were sick. Or sometimes children, sort of had some illness, and that is when they were too much protected. So even today, when even the littlest sort of, what would I say, littlest stress, they become unwell. Littlest stress, they become unwell. Okay? Or sometimes it could have also been as a result of nutritional neglect. So as you are grown up as a very sickly person and you are always unwell, you don't do anything, and it is the biggest excuse that you have. I really can't do my, my sort of. So basically it is psychosomatic, and then the body takes over. Clearly, P?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Shall I move on?
Yes,
please.
Yeah. Then comes.
Don't be well. We could say this is like a secondary gain, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything is a secondary gain as an adult. Okay. What are you really looking for? You are manipulating the environment to get your recognition need met, to be accepted, to be loved.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Then
you.
comes don't think. Don't think is, parents did too much. And when the little child was doing something, you did not encourage much. So every time you see these people in adult life, they cannot decide. There is a lot of indecision. And have you seen parents when the child, say, first time when you go take them to school, what the principal or the teacher asks, what is your name? His name is so and so. His name is so and so. So children are not given a chance. That is why I was telling Mohammed, please, Mohammed, let them all take on their, this thing. Don't give them too much. I know you were very concerned about, but they are all big enough. Give them the space to, sort of come on their own. See how beautifully they are all talking English.
Ma'am, may I
Yeah.
ask a question, please?
Yes.
Sometimes don't some of these injunctions come from an elder sibling also, especially this one, don't think. I was just thinking that sometimes older siblings also may influence or may bring this about on the younger sibling when they try to say that you're small, what do you know?
Sure.
And maybe some of
That's
the
why
others also.
That's why I said when too much of taking care was there as a little child, then you don't have the intuition to, find ways. You
Okay.
were not given the space to find ways. And in adult life, you always become dependent and you also are indecisive. You want somebody else to decide it for you.
So basically, it's not necessary that all these injunctions come only from parents. Some of them may be from other significant others in the family as well.
No, basically any significant elder. Or,
Okay.
because parents are the earliest people who influence you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that is why. Okay.
Thank
And
you.
teachers must be doing a lot in the classes.
That is
like
later. Injunctions are at the very early stage of life.
okay, yeah. 6
Yeah,
like 8, 6.
injunctions are basically experiential. Then it is reinforced. Then it is reinforced by the context, by teachers, by even friends. And then what happens is it becomes part of your personality, which
Yes, yes.
actually sort of limits you as a person.
Yes.
Because that's why Burns said, all of us have got the capacity to think. But many of us do not use that capacity to the maximum limit because of our conditions.
Yes.
Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then don't grow up. Don't grow up is usually, the youngest child. Parents are really scared if he also grows up. What will I do? Especially the mothers. So, oh my God, he's fed. He's even after at the age of 4 and 5, he's fed. Everything of his need is grow up, taken care of. As a little child, it would have been too much of, too much of petting by too many people, and then this child likes to be, that, and then even as an adult, he wants to be there. He wants everybody else to take care. So he doesn't want to grow up. And then they want to be fed. They want to be. Have you seen some people even after marriage? They are dependent on their wife for everything. So that is when don't grow up is there. Okay. Shall I move on?
Yes.
So don't feel. Don't feel is when, as a little child, when you cry, or when you were sad, your feeling was not really sort of understood or engaged or given a response by the significant others. Sometimes, you cry because, all children cry. Who cares? Because he will sort of keep quiet after some time. Because there are the two ways are for children is only to cry and to sort of to register their need. So we don't know what they're crying for. Sometimes they have got some pain, sometimes they're hungry. But if you leave that, neglect that, this child learns to, suppress very unconsciously the feeling. So as an adult, he doesn't know how to express the feeling. He doesn't even know he has put a feeling, he has put a, sort of, what would I say, lid over his feeling. He will not cry. He will stay like that. Is where the driver is, be strong.
Ma'am, may I ask you a question, please?
Sure.
Today, there is a trend where women are leaving very young children and going to work. So, at very young ages of 3 months, 4 months, sometimes,
that has got its own impacts.
Yes, ma'am. Would that be an injunction somewhere?
Of course.
Where would it be, ma'am? Would we say it's don't exist?
I don't know where it could be. For each child, it would be different.
Okay, depending on the behavior of the
behavior of the person who is taking
caretaker.
Care.
Okay.
Yeah, caretaker. So we cannot generalize anything. That is why every human being is a unique entity.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
When we say based on this don't feel part, where sometimes there are parents who when the boys when they cry, we always tell them, right, don't cry, you're a boy. So
that is true. That is later they are reinforcing that. But when the boy was a little, then oh my God, why is this boy crying? And then they didn't attend to it. They didn't engage to it. So the experience is his feeling was not responded to. And as he grows up, we all say, "You're a boy. Why are you crying? Boys don't cry." So that gets reinforced, and he becomes don't feel. Okay.
May I ask one thing? In this
sure.
case, some children also they just take this crying as a weapon kind of thing, like
Yeah. So that crying is as a weapon is what? Either don't be well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they will not be feeling at all. It is like instant crying. Like.
Yeah, that's a coping strategy to please the parents. Because as a little child, when he cried, he got a lot of attention. When he did not cry, no attention was given at all.
It is on the other end of the spectrum. Like don't feel is like even if they cry, the parents are not at all addressing that.
That could also manifest as don't grow up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I have one doubt. മാം ഈ കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ വെറുതെ ആവശ്യമില്ലാണ്ട് കരയുമ്പോ അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ അവരെ കരയല്ലേ എന്ന് പറയാണ്ട് അവര് കരഞ്ഞോട്ടെ എന്ന് കരുതണം എന്നാണ് പറയണത്.
അല്ല അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു? ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞത് ചെറിയ കുട്ടികൾ, ഇത് നമ്മൾ 2 വയസ്സ് വരെയുള്ള കുട്ടിയുടെ വർത്താനാണ് ഈ പറയുന്നത്. 2 വയസ്സ് വരെയുള്ള കുട്ടി കരഞ്ഞാല് അത് നോക്കണ്ട, കുട്ടികൾ കരയുന്നത് സാധാരണയാണെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ശരിയാണോ? അതാണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്. ഡോണ്ട് ബ്രിങ് ഇറ്റ് ടു എൽഡർ ചിൽഡ്രൻ.
സബ്സൈഡ് ചെയ്യില്ലേ ഫീല്?
അത് സബ്സൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? അവര് അതിങ്ങനെ സപ്രസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട്. എനിത്തിങ് വിൽ സബ്സൈഡ്. They become tired, no? Children also become tired after crying too much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So as they grow up, as elders, when they feel, they don't express the feeling.
Okay.
Have you got it? Did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
get an answer?
Yes.
Sorry, but you said yesterday that it is, I mean, sorry, the script is written during the time, during the age 3 to 6. Now,
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say at all. Script is developing from the time it is born by the age of 6. 3 to 6
till the
ആണെന്ന് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടേ
sorry,
ഇല്ല.
not 3. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, from birth or till the age of 6. But you said
6.
now, yeah. But you said now it is age 2, like age 2.
ഞാൻ ഇൻജങ്ഷൻസിനെ പറ്റിയാ പറയുന്നത്, അജിത്. Who's asking me this question? Did I say, am I talking of script in general? I am talking of a component in the script.
So this happens in the even in the early
Yes.
stages of script.
This is the basic child ego state that is developing.
So based on this, the script is made.
Yeah, based on this, the child start coping. And those coping strategies are called drivers.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's clear, pretty clear now.
Yeah. So please don't think this alone is script. This is part of the script.
Okay.
This is a major component of the script.
Yeah.
Ma'am, could you please repeat that sentence once again? Injunction is a component of injunction.
Yeah. Injunction is the base, is the earliest component of the script. Not only injunction, permissions also. Positive experience for the child is called permission. For example, if a child is cuddled and the child is very comfortable and the child has got a permission to be close. A lot of people you would have heard saying, oh my God, I cannot hug because nobody in my family used to hug. We are not a family like that. We are a family who is always, sort of, so these are all the ways we justify. Because you find it very difficult to be, sort of touched or to be close. You got the answer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So whenever I explain, you are all getting answers. Thank you for that. Okay. So now the last
one small doubt too.
Come on.
It is like now my understanding is that the injunction comes up in the early stage, which leads to the drivers.
Yeah.
Which we discussed yesterday.
Yes.
So each driver is kind of a child's understanding of the injunctions. Am I correct?
No, each child's, the driver is the coping strategy of a child, which a child takes because of the injunctions. The children have been also given conditional okayness. Okay? Now, don't cry. If you keep your things properly, that is okay. So the child says, okay, if I am perfect, it is okay.
But there is a child contamination. I mean, that comes from the child ego state now.
No, that yes, everything is child ego state. Because it is actually drivers are from the parent ego state.
Okay, it is initiated by the parent and.
Yes, because they are verbal messages, basically.
Yes, messages. Yeah, true. Sorry, I forgot that. Message.
Don't
This,
say
I mean,
sorry,
even
yes.
Yeah, even injunctions are parental messages, kind of.
Injunctions are experiences of the little child in its interplay between the parent and the child.
Oh, it is experience. Don't exist. So that is mostly towards the child ego state, since it is an experience.
Yeah. So the experiences are basically in the child ego state. Yeah, that's where the energy is.
Yes,
as Freud calls it the Id. Id is he's a cauldron of seething energy. You all know Freud, who are all psychology people. Yes. Yeah. Then comes don't. Don't means you
Measure.
are always, you are sort of anything that you want to do, you are difficulty in doing it. You know that, but procrastination and sort not taking up anything, leaving job from one to the other. These are all ways of, manifesting the injunction don't, because nothing you did was encouraged. Or even the child, when the child's needs were to be met, there was nothing, like for example, children's hunger is not something which can be slaughtered into 1 hour or 2 hours. One child will be hungry within an hour, another child will be hungry. But Benjamin Spock said, Dr. Benjamin Spock said only feeding should be only for 2 hours, within 2 hours. These are all experiences of the child. When my need is not there, then I really am at a loss. So children have to be very sensitively engaged. That is why we know, sort of intentionally no parent does any harm, but a lot of things are there which are unintentional. That's why I said it is not easy to be I'm okay, you are okay. But you can reach there by understanding, by making changes, by redecision.
Younger mothers should be given a TA training. I think the younger.
Of course, that is why after the program, a lot of mothers say, "Oh my God, I wish I had known this earlier." But even today, you can
even during the time when they conceive, that time itself they should be trained.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of prenatal programs. No, I used to do the emotional aspect in a prenatal program. There was a gynecologist here called so what is not Subhashini. She used to conduct. So she used to give nutrition changing. She used to give psychological training. In Bombay, it is very common. Prenatal training. Okay.
In that, with TA also.
I don't know. I used to take TA, but TA doesn't mean TA. TA encompasses everything. But you see, we all learn from our elders.
Yes.
The elders' wisdom is basically a training program. That is why the first child is always born in our own home. I used to have Akkama, we used to call her. I don't want to call her as a nurse or an ayah. She was much more than. She used to tell me. I said, "Oh my God, babies." Because I read Benjamin Spock. She said, "No, children must get the warmth of the so she will hold the baby for 2 days without putting the baby down."
My goodness.
Yeah. So such was the wisdom of her experience. Because she has taken taken care of all my mother's 8 children and all our children also. My sister's 8 children, my mother's 7 sister's 8 children, my 2 children only, because afterwards I was in Bombay and all that, and my sister's 3 children. So she has got a lot of experience.
Are they the old, like YTT എന്നൊക്കെ പറയത്തില്ല നമ്മൾ, that
അവർക്കൊക്കെ experience is there.
Yeah.
Saru ma'am.
Yeah.
You are saying this Sakkamma, this lady did not put down the child after the child was born.
For 2 days, yeah.
2 days.
Yes.
My goodness.
Because nowadays people say, no, in the West there is a huge thing. They have now come back to from all that. Child should be put, sort of separate room, separate cradle and all that after 3 days. The child is so scared. The child is scared to death. The child wants the warmth of the parents. That is why breastfeeding, it is Why did breastfeeding become such a natural process for a child to feel the warmth of the parent? Now, have you all heard kangaroo babies? Babies are taken at the back so that the mother's warmth is always there. Then, nowadays, soon after the baby is born, they are put on the mother's chest, because that heartbeat is what the child has to hear.
But sadly, the hospitals put them in ventilator or what? Not ventilator. What
No,
we call
that is if there is any situation. But children should not be taken away from the mother. In the old, in sometimes it was the fashion. Now it has again come back that the child should be kept with the mother.
Mother, yeah.
Yeah. So, any
Thank
more
you so much.
questions? Shall I move on?
Please.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Honey.
we saw what is script, and we saw the components of the script, that is injunctions and also drivers, and also modeling of the parents. Modeling of the parents, there is no such thing as concept, but it is the most important component of a script formation. Now, what we are going to do is, we were talking about the internal process of the formation of the script. How the script is manifested in behavior. All of it, some of it we are going to show here. And Raghu, are you ready to take over? Where's Raghu?
Yes, sir. I keep it on.
Yeah. So, some of the behaviors that we manifest in order to bring out our script unconsciously, not consciously. Consciously, whenever we do something, we are in our adult ego state. Please remember that. Whenever we do anything consciously with awareness, and when we choose, we are in our adult ego state. Okay? Okay, Raghu, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Saru. Yeah, friends, I'm going to bring a situation, okay? And you are expected, okay, to go through that, okay, in your mind and, okay, bring me the response that I am going to ask. Imagine that, okay, you are all aware that there is a lockdown period, okay? So the announcement, okay, in TV, you hear that from tonight, 12 o'clock onwards, it's a lockdown for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And you get a message from your spouse or parents or children that, okay, no provisions. So you are expected to buy, okay, in the afternoon or evening. So evening, okay, you go to a shop, supermarket, you buy whatever is required. And so when you come for, okay, billing, you find that your card is missing. Okay. So no money also. Okay. Very little money, but it can't be, okay, used to buy provisions. How will you feel?
Is it a non-shop or like?
Pardon? Yeah, in the shopping. Okay,
No, if it is a shop which is already known to us, like we can get on credit.
Okay, that's one of the option. But immediately, how would you feel?
Feel
Panic. Panic.
Panic.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. Tense. Yeah. Ajit, how would you feel?
Similar feelings only.
Yeah. Okay.
What similar? You can't have a feeling like everybody else. What is your feeling?
Panic, anxiety, all these.
So say that. So then say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the shop owner, known and, okay, not known, would come later. But at the moment you see that the person has nothing, card also missing, means, okay, that feeling is very different.
Yes.
So then, okay, you would find your own way. So now I'm inviting you to think of a situation.
Ask all these girls. All the girls know, not many of them. Naima and others.
Yes, sir.
Nazneen, how would you feel during the situation?
We would feel panicked and scared and what to
Uh.
do. We can
I will feel, not we will feel. This is the royal we is not here. Only you are talking about your feeling. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, Sonia?
Ultimately, all generations have same feeling now.
No,
It comes.
nobody
it
can
can't
have the
be.
same feeling.
It can't be. I will feel worried.
You saw here itself, somebody was scared, somebody was anxious, somebody was panicking.
Panic.
Was it the same? Yeah.
Yeah. Sonia was to respond. What, Sonia?
Sir, I said panic initially.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Nazneen?
Yeah, I felt like first I'll be like searching for where my card is, like whether I
That
still
is not feeling. That is not feeling. That's action.
Yeah.
Say about your feeling.
feeling will be like, denial maybe first.
So, irritated or angry?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Azim, are you there, Azim?
Ji.
Azim, yeah. Azim, it's a midnight for that. Okay, Sakila?
Yes, sir. Panic.
Yeah.
Tense.
Oh, you also would feel panic. Yes, Ajit.
No, actually, it is. I mean, we use the same word, but the experience may be different. Even
Very
then. Panic
much.
also. May be,
Even the panic would differ from person to person.
Exactly.
Fear would
Yes.
differ from person to person. No feelings are same for two persons. Even happiness also, would differ. My happiness would be very different from the other person's happiness. Okay, that's very different. Okay, so thank you for all your response. If you see that these feelings, you could have experienced in your earlier life, maybe during teenage or in your childhood. Can you think of any other situation where you experience the same feeling? It could be at school or during exam, or so when you were taken to some of the relatives' place.
With me, it happened that during, I think, my cost accountancy, one of the papers,
Okay.
I could not find my calculator, something like that. Okay. And yeah. But later it was found, like it went, so we carry so many things, now this note, this I will revise, blah, blah, blah. So it had gone, very done. And I used to travel through train and reach the center and all that stuff. So I was like, my hands and legs were shivering and trembling and total panic. Total panic. And people could understand, and they came and then comforted me. And one of the guys, he just dumped my bag, instead of searching. Everybody was searching, I could not find. He just dumped the bag on the ground. And yeah, so but that feeling, even after I saw that I have it, like it really shook me for quite some time. My everything was shaken, I think it was income tax paper or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, it was kind of totally blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you.
Yeah, sorry. I just
Go
found
ahead.
out. So you see, the same feeling comes back in all stressful situations.
So see, even now my heart is hammering. Just talking about this, my heart is like.
Yeah, exactly. There's what, so I too wanted to mention. So whatever, we felt in early life, unawarely, we would go for that same feeling during stressful situation. Okay. So you underwent. Anybody else would like to share?
When the school bus is missing, when I reach the school late, feeling shivering, like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I too am reminded of one of things. Once we missed the bus, Chennai, I too underwent. Haniba, you need to mute. I'll mute you. Yeah. Thank you, Sakila. Anybody else?
I've been always taught to remain calm during such situations, like if I'm lost in the supermarket or if I can't find something. My dad and all used to say that, you know, first you look properly, calmly, and if it's not there, then that's what I said earlier, denial, like even if I'm like lost in a supermarket and all, I've been told you stay there, we'll come and find you, go about searching for us.
Okay.
First I try to stay calm, and then later on panic sets in when I realize that, okay, maybe I am lost, or maybe this thing is not
Okay. Okay. So you were told to feel something and you used to feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Sonia was to respond.
No, sir. I mean, I've been thinking there are too many instances.
Okay, so
But yes, what I generally experience is a lot of panic. If things have been told to me that you do it in such a way, or there's a particular deadline to be met, and if I am not able to, you know, reach there or meet the deadline, then I'm generally in a state of panic.
Okay.
That happens to me very repeatedly.
Okay. Sonia. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Ajit.
Actually, it is in varying degrees. Generally, if we have to talk in front of a mass audience, then it may come. But once we
keep to yourself, I, not we. You don't know what others.
Oh, sorry. I. So we, in the sense, me and my wife, we had an experience where my child, my older one, she had one whole night of panic. It was. She started behaving in the night like screaming, and it was a very, very different, odd experience. So either of us couldn't calm the other.
Yeah.
Unlike the other situation, whatever situation it comes, we can just immediately we calm up ourselves. Like, you know, we may be having a panic. Suddenly we go to a thought process where we think of what it is, where it is. If it is searching something, or if it is going in front of a crowd, so we may take a breath or something we can do. But this was a situation where for a long time, like, you know, it was persisting.
Okay, so you are giving your opinion since you talk.
I was just sharing that it was, the degree was very high. I mean, and it was sustaining also.
Okay, friends. So anybody else would like to respond? Okay. Okay, then. So we'll go ahead, okay, with the concept. So this particular process, experience, and feelings are known as racketeering, okay, in transactional analysis, okay. And Saru helped us to understand the injunctions, isn't it? And if you see, one of the injunction is don't feel. So in our childhood, we all get a message, okay, strong message, okay, non-verbally, that we shouldn't feel certain feelings. Okay. So some of the families encourage children only to feel fear. Even it continues in schools too. Some of the families encourage, so whether you are okay, boy or girl, you have to be sad so that you will get a lot of attention. Some of the families, girls means you should not get angry. Boys means you should not feel sad. So, and they encourage some other feeling. Because as for the survival, stroking, attention is very key. So whatever parents, okay, say is a sort of Veda for the child. Okay? And the child is totally dependent organism. So unawarely, unconsciously, in order to get the support, parents' attention, the child is learning to feel the feeling that is being encouraged by the parents. So that is called as racket feelings. Rackets are familiar feelings, which are inauthentic. These are not authentic feelings. Because as a child, I was encouraged to feel fear only. So unawarely, I go for that again and again. It also gives me certainty. So in order to experience the certainty, I go for it because it's a familiar, you know. And these racket feelings are substitutes for the real feelings. This concept was found by Fanita Inglis, and it's a very useful concept. The problem here is these racket feelings don't help us to find our own problems. It's not helpful. We experience the feeling and we live with that problem. And these feelings normally we'll experience only during stressful situations. You said, when I lose the bus, so when I don't find someone coming on time, I undergo some panic, or fear, or some people would worry. And even in supermarket, later we think what can be done and all, but immediately what we experience. And these feelings are learned. That's why it's told, habits die hard. Whatever we learn and whatever have been encouraged in our childhood, likely to continue with us for a long time. We take it to our adult life. We take it to family life, work life. And some of the racket feelings you can find here. So can anyone of you read these feelings?
Yeah, I can read. What?
Yeah.
The racket feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah. So feelings that are familiar, feelings that are substitutes for real feelings, feelings that were learned and encouraged in childhood, feelings that are experienced in stressful situations, feelings that do nothing towards solving the problem. Example, depressed, guilty, helpless, anxious, lonely, jealous, sad, worried.
Yeah, exactly. So these are all some example. So there could be very many feelings. Sometimes happiness could be racket feeling. So I used to go to college earlier. So in one place, those two friends, they were laughing, giggling, laughing. They underwent that. I didn't give enough of attention to that. And after some time, they become serious too. And one of the boy came and asked me, sir, every faculty, they tend to give us a lot of criticism for our behavior. But in your class, we felt comfortable. Whatever we did, you did criticize. And at the same time, I was also stimulated to think about it. So why am I always laughing in the classroom? So I wanted to know. And I told him, we can't do, I'm leaving. Maybe you can have a personal session with one of our counselors. And he said he would like to have a session with me. And he came to me and he said that I asked him, what's the problem? You enjoying that happiness, what's the problem? He said he is not able to get along with others. So he is feeling, he is being rejected. And he brought, I asked him to bring one of the specific situation. He told one of his friends' father died. And 5 of the friends, they all joined, went for a condolence. And they all bought garland and they went to the dead body and one of the guy put the garland. And this boy started laughing because it's a new experience for him to behave like this and all. So he did not know what stimulated him to laugh. And everybody shouted at him, he couldn't stop his laugh. And one of his uncle came and bet him, and he came out of the house. Even then, he couldn't stop his laughter. You see that? And when we found in his childhood, whatever happens, his parents, they used to laugh. Even if he breaks something, they all would laugh. Somewhere, the laughter, the happiness was encouraged. It was very careless. So any feeling could be racket feeling. If it's not appropriate to the here and now situation, that's a racket feeling. If it's not helpful to, go whatever be racket feeling, then how about real feeling, real or authentic feeling? So it is told that there are 4 authentic feelings according to transactional analysis. So racket feelings don't help us to solve problem, whereas authentic feelings help us to move towards problem solving. And authentic feelings are very open, uncensored. They are appropriate to the here and now situation. They help us to solve our problem. There are 4 authentic feelings. First one is glad. Glad means happiness. Mad is anger. American slang mad. Sad is, okay, sadness, scared is fear. Okay. So glad, okay, we'll go on. Fear is appropriate with respect to future. Tomorrow I have to do my work properly. I have to make a presentation. I need to do something for my family. When you can think of that, it's natural to get it. It also, as Ajit was mentioning, it has degrees. Okay. So when I have the fear, I'll be able to prepare myself to face the situation. That's absolutely fine, because future is always uncertain. When we are to face some uncertainty, it's human to have the fear. And second feeling is sadness. We are all, okay, human beings, isn't it? So we all have our own losses. Okay? We lose, okay, human beings, we lose relatives, we lose our, okay, objects, things, job, everything. So whenever we lose, okay, certain things, it is natural to experience the sadness. All losses lead to sadness. So in our past life, okay, we would have gone through some losses. Sometimes, okay, we would have lost a friend, even, okay, leaving the school, leaving the college, all this. That's why. So when the, okay, so during the closing time and all, okay, they all experience, they all become intimate and experience their grief. Okay. So sadness is appropriate with respect to past. Mad is anger. So as a human beings, many roles. Okay, we all play very many roles. Could you tell me some of the roles that you play in your life, friends? What are the roles you play?
Many roles: wife, mother, daughter,
professional.
Professional.
I mean, and you say boss, you know.
Boss, yeah.
In a shop, I am a customer.
Customer,
in the
yeah.
doctor's clinic, I'm a patient.
Patient.
So depending on the situation, many roles.
Exactly. And your neighbor.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
With all this, who are you now?
Student.
You're all learners. Okay. Year 101 now. Okay. And we are neighbor to someone. So many roles we all play. So each role has its own expectations, friend. Okay. So since, okay, we bring some expectations in our life, do you think that, okay, we always meet our expectations effectively?
No.
No.
Yeah, because so even, okay, so the first day Saru mentioned, you know, we are all unique in our personality. We are unique in our behavior, feelings, perception, attitude. Okay? Because of that uniqueness, we don't, okay, get along with others all the time. So there will be a friction. Okay. So whenever we have authentic expectations, it is natural to experience the anger. It's very much in the here and now, because that anger helps us, stimulates us to go look for options and problem solving. One of the key example, very famous example, is Gandhiji's. When he was pushed out of the train, he felt that just because he belonged to a certain particular race, he was rejected. So he was thinking about it. Since I belong to that, okay, black community, I am being rejected. Then I would work for that cause. That's very authentic here and now anger, which led him, okay, to move towards independence. Okay, getting independence. That's a problem solving, feeling and behavior. Very authentic. Fine. So anger is appropriate with respect to here and now situation. Last one is happiness. Yeah, so happiness is appropriate with any tense. It's appropriate with respect to past, appropriate. We can also feel happy thinking about the future. Tomorrow I am going to go there. I'm going to be with my family. I will go do and achieve all this. You can be happy. And so right now, being in the here and now, this whole life is one of you. Okay, said, you know, I'm an eternal learner. I'm learning. Learning can be a joyful process. Okay, at present, you can enjoy that happiness. Clear?
Yes.
I have doubts, sir.
Yeah, please.
Well, you said that sadness is both a racket feeling and even in the authentic feeling. So I think the difference is that if it's in the here and now situation, it is authentic. If it's in the maybe regarding something happened in the past, then it is not. It is a racket. Am I right?
Very right. Very right. You hit the nail.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm so proud. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are also aware. Okay. So in the moment of we experience that loss, it's natural, we'll experience that sadness. And
Okay.
some people have anger towards past. That's create. Some people would become sad about the future. What would all
So
happen
holding
in the
grudges,
lockdown,
against people in the past, that everything is.
That is very much racket.
Okay.
Very good question.
And jealousy also, I think, is something that
Very
comes
much
with
racket.
parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Maybe when you compare to your siblings and all by your parents, all these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
One question you can ask yourself. So whatever the feeling that I have, experience, does it help me to get along with my relationship, to find my solutions? It's helpful. Okay, that's the great guideline. Then you can differentiate whether it's authentic or racket. Okay, so I'm also aware it's 11:20. Saru, shall we break and come back?
Yeah. Shall we have a break for 10 minutes?
Yes, ma'am.
So 11:40 30 we'll come back.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, and right after the break, we will just have a photo session. I will
Sure.
request everyone to